Morning, everyone. This is Matthew Holliday with First Hand Weather,
And I'm Chris Nunley with Tech Summer Weather.
and we are going to do another weather ramblings video. And we're basically dedicating it to yesterday's big tornado outbreak, and it was quite the outbreak.
Yeah, so far there have been 122 tornadoes. That's still preliminary, but that's a pretty good number. It could go down slightly or even go up slightly, but that's a good estimate. It was about 122 tornadoes yesterday.
And those were the reports that come in, and they filtered it out just a little bit, and they will continue to do that, like he said. And this, I actually found this on SBC's site. I didn't even know they had this, but this is plots it on a Google map, and this is from yesterday's tornado outbreak. And this kind of gives us, I can zoom it in, I will in a minute. This shows us the hail reports, the wind reports, and the tornado reports from yesterday's outbreak.
Yeah, and what's really neat about this map is you can clearly see the tornadoes that were produced were by obvious supercells. You can see they were long track, and you can see the track on the map of T's, how they're pretty much in a straight line running from southwest to northeast. So that's pretty neat to see that. You can clearly see that these storms were long track.
And we had a big tornado in Woodward. I hit about 12:15, I think.
Yeah.
Central Time into the overnight hours. Actually, that was 12:15 a.m. and that was the one that was responsible for fatalities. Unfortunately, that I know of, there were 5 deaths as a result of this outbreak. So it's remarkable that we didn't see more deaths than we did.
Yeah, especially with a lot of these tornadoes occurring at night, such as in Wichita, Woodward. There was one near Salina, Kansas, and just several in Kansas overnight. It's amazing that this outbreak didn't claim more lives, and again, it's very sad that 5 people unfortunately deceased in Woodward, 2 of which were children. So that's very sad, and part of the reason possibly behind that was the storm had actually affected a mechanism that would trigger the alarms to go off, the sirens in the city. So many people might have been asleep and didn't know the tornado was coming.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but Wichita was another area that was hit. In the downtown area could have gotten a direct hit had the storm not turned, but yeah, and we're lucky we didn't get any more storms down more into Oklahoma. That was an area that we really were watching, and that made big news. Norman getting that tornado the day before, but we didn't see a lot of tornadoes in here. It was more towards the north, but that's where SPC had really targeted this particular area. And we also got a squall line that developed. It extended down into Lubbock, all of those areas, and then started marching eastward. And that was that particular line had that embedded tornado in it that hit the Woodward area. So that goes to show that even a squall line can kind of bulge out when you have the adequate parameters in place.
Yeah, and the National Weather Service out of Norman has actually given that tornado a rating of an EF2. That is subject to change. They will likely keep it at an EF2, but the preliminary rating is an EF2. And yeah, those squall lines, if a storm were to get out ahead of it, or if there's any notch that it develops, a tornado can quickly spin up, and that's kind of what happened in the Woodward area.
And we'll show you a few of the things that we did kind of show you yesterday. And let's see if this is what I want to show you. And then we're going to show you today's reports also. But see, this was pretty much where was the last map that SBC put out before things, I guess, really got going. And then, of course, they changed it as this event got ongoing. But this is really much the area that they got slammed yesterday.
Yeah, it is. I would like to commend the SPC, and I'm sure you do as well, for them really taking the system seriously. They had given advance notice of this several days in advance, and as you can see, that that was a pretty spot-on map where most of the tornadoes were Kansas, Nebraska, Oklahoma, and Iowa. And I know that it extended down into North Texas, and nothing really occurred there in terms of tornadic activity, but it easily could have. So this map is very spot on.
And I want to show you something really cool, really fast, and I can't remember. I don't think I put it in here. I'll have to find it in my downloads. And I want to show you basically the accuracy of SPC several days out, which was amazing. If I can find it in here, I have so much in here. Here we go. And this shows that they come out 7 days ago and started predicting this event, and they just really kind of narrowed it down as we as they continue to examine model guidance. So
Yeah.
I think it's remarkable that they were able to really kind of pretty much nail this just so many days out, and everybody was prepared for this, and
Yeah.
we definitely could have had more fatalities had it not been for these accurate forecasts. And this is something that you would have not even seen just several years ago.
Yeah, this is amazing how accurate they were, and the SPC is now using, as well as the National Weather Service, they're using more descriptive and just more, their wording is a little more intense, and they're testing this method out to see if it works, and I think in this case it really did work, because major TV networks were picking up on what they were saying and quoting them, and everything that they used, the intense verbiage, it was accurate. It played out yesterday. So I think this method that is being tested right now is very good, and I again would like to commend them for their very hard work.
And we'll show you one more thing, unless we think of something else to show you along the way. These are today's reports, and not nearly as bad today. Only 10 tornado reports, and this is just preliminary. So
yeah, not bad at all. You can see there was one in eastern Oklahoma, a couple up in the Nebraska area with that low actually, but it's very, very minimal compared to yesterday, which is good.
So this was definitely not the event that just swept across the nation, and it was a Southern Plains, Midwest type event. So definitely a big event. And we've been talking about this for days on our sites also. And while I think of it, and I did not think of this today, I was going to do this at the beginning of the video, but what I do want to do is I want to show you our Facebook page right here that we do have, and we want you to go like this, and you can just, and we've already gained 10 likes in about the last 10 minutes, so we're trying to promote this page actually. And all you got to do is you can just type in Weather Ramblings in the search bar. It'll come up. But what you can do just to make it faster is just go facebook.com/Weather Ramblings, and it'll take you right to the page. So please give it a like. This is where these videos are going to be posted. We'll also put the link to our sites on here, and we will put some special blog articles on here also. So it'll be a good source for really additional weather information, and we try to do this so you can get prepared for these weather events.
Yeah, and also there is a nice little write-up that will go along with this video. We'll post it on Weather Ramblings, and also please take advantage of the relatively nice weather we will have over the next few days to prepare for more severe weather. It's April in the Southern Plains, and it's only going to become more active, and it doesn't even take a high-risk day to have destructive tornadoes. Look at Friday here in Norman. We had a tornado here, and we were under a slight risk. So tornadoes can occur on slight risk days.
And that's just one of those things you have to watch, because sometimes it can be when you least expect it. So I think everybody was focused on Saturday because we were looking at that as being a historical tornado outbreak. So we kind of ignored Friday, and that was something I pointed out on First Hand Weather, that we needed to keep an eye on Friday also, because it was a good chance of tornadoes that day, and it panned out. There were tornadoes that day. So that's just, you just have to look to the future, even though we don't have anything in the next few days. It looks like you just really want to prepare, have a plan in place just in case anything were to come up, which it will.
It will.
But we will keep you updated on our sites. Like I said, go like the Weather Ramblings page, and we hope you have a great night.
Yeah. Bye, y'all.